All right, chaps, let me tell you something. There is a rule that you need to know, okay? I'm just gonna call it the shoe rule. People look down before they look up. This is not a theory, it's how humans size each other up, and it means your shoes are talking before you've said a word. Here's the rule that follows from it, and it's the whole video in one line. Your shoes carry more signal than anything else you wear, right? One great pair beats 5 average pairs, and condition beats brand every single time. I've watched a sharp outfit die at the ankles. Someone's had a good shirt, decent trousers. It's been completely undone by a pair of beaten up, scuffed, and neglected shoes, right? But I've also watched a plain outfit read expensive because the shoes were right. In these next few minutes, I'll show you why shoes punch so far above their weight, the condition standard that costs almost nothing to hit, and how to buy shoes so no one pair does the work of 5. It's a short one today, gents, but this will change how every outfit you own reads. Capiche? So, why shoes, right? Why does one item at the bottom of the outfit outrank everything above it, okay? Shoes are where people check whether the rest of you is telling the truth, right? Anyone can throw on a decent shirt, that really takes no thought. But shoes hold a record. They show whether a man maintains what he owns, whether he thinks about the details that nobody's forcing him to think about. Are they clean, cared for shoes under a plain outfit? The whole outfit gets promoted, okay? But if they're beaten, neglected shoes under a great outfit, that whole outfit gets marked down, right? Because now the shirt looks like a fluke instead of a standard. And there's a practical reason the signal is so strong. Shoes are the hardest thing to fake. Clothes are replaced often enough that even a careless man occasionally looks fresh up the top. But shoes, they live for years. They take a beating every single day and show every month of neglect in the creases, the scuffs, and the worn down heels. They're a maintenance record on public display, okay? And that's why the eye naturally goes there. It's drawn there. It's the fastest, honest read available on a stranger. Your shoes aren't part of the outfit, gents. They're the reference check. So the way I want you to think about this, right? You might have a ridiculous outfit, everything is banging, it's an 8 out of 10. Understand that the moment you put bad shoes on, it draws it down to a 4 out of 10. Think about it this way, Wolfgang, he's looking sharp, he puts on a pair of beat up shoes, capiche, he's done. Here's the beautiful part about shoes though, okay? It takes money right out of the equation to a degree because condition beats brand every time. A $100 pair of shoes that is kept clean and cared for beats a $500 pair that's been worn into the ground, okay? Condition trumps all right? Nobody across the room can read a label on a shoe. What they read is the state of the shoe. Is it clean or is it dirty? Has anything to do with what you paid, okay? There's a condition standard and honestly, it's embarrassingly cheap to hit. You have to clean them, right? That's number one, and actually clean them, right? You don't wipe them with your thumb on the way out of the door. Leather gets a proper polish now and then, okay? Suede gets a brush, right? Shoe trees, if you don't know what a shoe tree is, like it's that wooden shoe-shaped thing that they put into leather shoes, right? Put them in your good pairs the moment they come off your feet. It's called a shoe tree. They hold the shape and they stop leather collapsing into creases, and decent setter trees cost less than a takeaway. Rotate. Never wear the same pair 2 days running, okay? Shoes need a day to dry out and recover, and rotation alone can double their lifespan. Also, when the heels wear down, you need to resole and re-heel them, okay? A cobbler charges small money and hands you back essentially a new pair of shoes, okay? It's 20 minutes of care a month. That's the entire price of the strongest signal you own. Condition beats brand, beats dollars, it beats what you paid every time. Right, so once you've got the condition down, the next question is obviously which pair are we buying, okay? Now, most men blow this whole plan at the till, right? Because they buy the shoe for the man they occasionally are instead of the man they are every day. The gleaming black formal shoe that comes out twice a year, the loud statement trainer that fights half your wardrobe, both fail the same test, right? And the test is the whole game. The right pair is the one that works with the most of what you already own. Run it before you buy. Picture the shoe against your 5 most worn outfits, the real ones, not the aspirational ones, okay? We're talking trousers, denim, chinos, shorts in the heat. If it slots into 4 out of 5 without a second thought, that's your shoe. If you're inventing outfits just to justify the shoe, put it back. You're not buying a shoe anymore, you're buying a project, right? And for most men over 30, the answer that keeps winning that test is a loafer or a clean, simple leather shoe in probably mid-brown or dark tan, okay? Now, hear me out on the color because everyone defaults to black, and black is the wrong reflex, okay? Black is mostly formal. It looks right with a suit and slightly severe with everything else, okay? Unless you're at an evening event. But brown moves, okay? Brown sits under tailoring. It sits on denim. It sits with chinos. It goes day to night without changing its accent. One brown pair covers the territory of two black ones, all right? That's the versatility test doing your maths for you. Now, the last thing, and it matters, buy it in the afternoon, okay? Your feet swell as the day goes on. So a shoe that fitted at 9 in the morning is a shoe that pinches by 6, okay? And when you buy, or when you do walk in it properly. Okay, walk, like put the shoe on and walk in it properly in the shop, okay? And we're not talking 3 steps on carpet and a nod at the mirror, okay? Leather should hold your feet without biting it, and your toes should never touch the end. So really, a great pair that fits badly is just an expensive way to hate your feet. So make sure that you get the fit right. You get the style right, you get the color, you get the fit. This is the last shoe decision you'll ever need to make for years. One great pair beats 5 average ones. This is the final rule, and it's your buying rule. It runs on everything we've just said. One great pair beats five average pairs, okay? So 5 cheap pairs gives you 5 versions of a weak signal and a wardrobe full of shoes that all look tired within a year. Because cheap shoes aren't built to be maintained, they're built to be replaced. Glued soles that can't be resoled, plastic feeling leather that never takes a polish, okay? Shapes that collapse and stay collapsed. You don't care for them properly, even if you want to. So the condition standard is out of the reach or out of the window from day one, okay? That's the trap with cheap shoes. They don't just look worse, they lock you out of looking after them, okay? One properly made pair flips all of that. Real leather that improves with a polish instead of shrugging it off. Stitched construction that a cobbler can resole so the shoes can be renewed instead of replaced. And importantly, a shape that holds, okay? Buy one great pair in a versatile style, something that works with trousers and denim alike. Care for it in a way that we just covered, and it'll outlast and outperform a cupboard and a wardrobe full of average pairs while costing you less over the years, okay? You buy once, you cry once, and nowhere does that rule pay better than on your feet, okay? One great pair beats 5 average ones. So look, that's the shoe rule, and it's really 3 lines you can carry out of here, okay? People look down before they look up. The condition beats brand every time, right? One great pair beats 5 average. Run those 3 and your shoes stop being the thing that betrays your outfits and starts being the thing that anchors them. Lock it down, gents. That's where the room's been looking the whole time. Capiche? So that's it, gents. Get some.